Good morning, everybody. Please forgive my tardiness. I have had some technical problems yet again with this bad boy. So anyway, today, how are you? How's everyone going? I hope you are extremely awesome and well. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys. First of all, how hot is it today? I'm actually sweating already. I'm just sitting down. I wanted to talk to you guys today about if you're a parent, are you accidentally teaching your children to beat themselves up? Hello, Megan. Hello, Kieran. I'm glad you're all here. That's so cool. Awesome. Okay, so now let me get back onto my page. And there's been so many brave parents on here, by the way, on my main page, my profile page. Let me just message Zach. Yep. And I just want to say that you have just shared so much, and it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. 28 people have shared, been vulnerable. No, more than that actually. Have shared 49 comments I've got for this, have shared and how they feel about themselves. These are parents, so they're not children. I need a towel actually. My question was, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you beat yourself up? 1 being not at all, and 10 being like loads. And so many people have just commented, and it's amazing. And what I like about this as well is there's been so many other parents that are supporting. So if somebody said 10, somebody put an angry face and said, "You're too good to beat yourself up." That was from someone else, and that's amazing. Some people have put a 2, which is great. A 10, again, great. And there's such a variance, and I'm so proud of every single person that put a comment on here. I really am. And what you're doing, what you've accidentally done, is shown and expressed bravery through vulnerability. What an exquisite emotion, or an exquisite lesson to teach your children. See, how good is that? How first of all, from a parent's perspective, how important is it for you to share your feelings to your child? Conversely, how important is it for your child to share his or her feelings to you? We know full well that when children clam up and there's something on them, look, as a parent, you know there's something on your child's mind. You know that for a fact. And they're not releasing, and it's so frustrating from an internal point of view. So after many parents I've spoken to about this, from an internal point of view, it's frustrating because they feel as if they are letdowns. They feel as if, not all of them, and this is a huge generalization, just saying, but many think they're a big letdown to think, well, what have I done to cause my child not to express themselves to me? What have I done? And it's if you were to wallow on that question, you would be in a twilight zone of guesses. And life is not all about guessing the wrong thing or guessing what you've done wrong. It's about making up for what you've noticed that you could probably tweak. And again, there's no instruction manual to be a parent, is there? There's no instruction manual. There's no lessons in school how to be a parent. For goodness sake, you leave school, you get a job, and then you get a job, you get a house, you find this one person that society deems meant to spend the rest of your life with, having had no lessons in school about how to actually relate to somebody, and everything that comes with a relationship. And then all of a sudden you fall in love, and then you have a child, and boom, there's this little lump of flesh that you've just completely, again, society, and I believe that as well. If you commit to having a child, you've got to commit to their life, and then for you to think that you're never going to make a mistake, is very arrogant. And it's scary. It is really, really scary. And a friend of mine, a very, very close friend of mine, has just had a baby girl, and she is 11 days old today. Is she 11? Yeah, I think she's 11 days old. So we're having a good old talk about, the fear of just, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I do the wrong thing? And it isn't, the very fact that you're saying those things is amazing, because it shows that you actually care. And again, it's a nice vulnerable trait for you to express. Now, every single person on here, I would really love to mention names. However, I have not got permission because I haven't asked them. Somebody put on here, I wish I could be me, but leave my brain somewhere else. It's, yeah, that's, who else feels that here? Lulu, oh no, I won't say any of those ones because I'm mentioning names. That was a complete accident just then. If you are watching this live now and you did comment, then express yourself. See what you've got on here. So show me what you thought. The question was, how much on a scale of 1 to 10 do you beat yourself up? From 1 to 10. 1 being not at all, and 10 being all the time. Now, as a parent, if you beat yourself up verbally, let's say, oh God, I'm putting on too much weight. Oh, I'm so fat. Or I'm such a, oh, that was a, I hate this job. I'm so rubbish at it. I don't look good. I smell bad. My Kieran's just voted a 6. So Kieran, what is it that you beat yourself up over mostly? Could be, I know that he plays the French horn, so it could be he's not improving in that, or whatever. I don't know. Could be homework. From a parent's perspective, what are you beating yourself up over? And do you deserve to be beaten up? The world is doing a pretty good job of beating us up. Why on earth would you want to do it to yourself for? The reason why we do it to ourselves is because it's the old caveman mindset or cavewoman mindset of looking out for danger. Back in the day, if we didn't look out for danger, we could die. Okay, the things that are dangerous to us could poison us or eat us or maul us to death, and we will die. Okay, the good things like drinks, watering holes, maybe special fruits, the location to where mammoths live, so we can have a steady supply of food. Good things. It's good to remember, but not as important, because if we don't go to that, then we don't die. But if we go to that, then we do die. So we've got to be wary of the bad. And this is where what we've done, we've evolved to beat ourselves up and have a go at ourselves, which is definitely not fun, not the best thing to do, because from a parent's perspective, your child could learn that. Now, let me just FYI this, okay? You all right? Do you want to come in? Oh, yeah, sorry. Laura's just noticed my top. It's my top now, isn't it?
That's probably the best say hello now.
You best say hello. What do you think of Laura's pink hair? Put it to the side. There you go. It's lovely, isn't it?
I was on my phone and I saw that you were wearing my top and I was going to comment, so I thought, no, I've just come in the
room. Do you beat yourself up?
Yeah, I was beating myself up this morning, actually, on my run.
Oh, Laura was beating herself up on her run. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much you beat yourself up?
5.
Midway. Okay. What were you beating yourself when you run for?
Because I wasn't doing as good as I normally do.
Ah, okay. Would that improve your performance then, having a go yourself?
No.
So I was just explaining to these guys, actually, the reason why we do that for is because it's our old evolutionary caveman or cavewoman brain. So beating ourselves is not good, is it? It's bad.
No, it doesn't work for me, because if I beat myself up on my run, then I start thinking, oh, I look like I'm really sad in there. I'm not that sad. I'm just sweaty. And I beat myself up, and then I lose motivation, because I'm like, oh, I'm not as good as I used to be. And even though it was just one run, it wasn't as good as my other ones.
So you're judging yourself on the good performance?
What do you mean?
So you were comparing yourself to your best performance, weren't you?
Yeah, and then I thought about it, and I thought, well, that's just really silly, because I never imagine I'd never be able to do 5K in under 30 minutes like a year ago, would I?
No.
And then I thought about it like that, and I was like, no, actually, I need to stop giving myself a hard time.
Exactly. So we're just saying to these guys as well, and Richard's just, I'm going to read out Richard's comment. In fact, I'll put Richard's comment on the screen. The reason why we do that for is because back in the day, we, as hunter-gatherers, we had to look out for the bad things in the world, like the poisonous snake or the saber-toothed tiger or whatever. because if we didn't look out for it or be wary of it, having it in our mind all the time, it will kill us, wouldn't it? Whereas the good things like the watering hole or the secret fruit, or where the woolly mouse, migrate, that's good, and we need to know that information. But if we don't go to that, or if we go to that, we won't die. But if we go to this, or this happens to us, we will die. So it's just a survival mechanism while we beat ourselves up for. And Rich is just here as a support, usually a 6 or a 7, working full time from home. Wow. And effectively homeschooling with 3 children under 11 to 11 needs to be, it's just not feasible. Dude, you're dead right. I put a post up about a month ago, I think. I put it up again. And it was about how parents teaching, it doesn't have to be maths, English, science, and whatever. It can be, just doing the time, sitting down, just chilling, understanding how to turn on a computer or a TV or something, life home skills, cooking, cleaning, baking, listening to music, watching a YouTube video. I think parents that really do care put a lot of pressure on themselves. Andy / Kieran agrees. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves because we want to do the best we can for those people. And look, I don't have children. I don't have children, by the way.
Good.
I don't have kids, but when I do, I'm not going to sit here and preach to you. I'm just sharing what I think and what I've researched. I know full well that I'm going to be like thinking, oh, it's Ewan, sorry, Ewan. I'll be like, because I want to do the best I possibly can. I mean, I know what I'm going to be like. I'm going to be like before I have a kid, I want to get in the best physical shape of possible I possibly can. I want to have lots of information in my mind. I want to be eating clean and healthily, really, really on point. And then see what happens. Dale, just as someone look at the screen, there's something I can't take his eye off. Right, okay.
Dale is just looking at the screen. What?
It's my leopard.
My leopard.
Yeah,
it's not a leopard anyway.
It's
a cheetah.
It's a leopard. Look at the patterns, the markings. It's a leopard.
No.
It is. I watched a lot of David Attenborough. So there we go. That's what we do it for. Now, from a parent's perspective, when you have a child from the ages of 0 to 7, that's called the imprint phase. There's a guy called Dr. Bruce Lipton. I reckon you check him out on YouTube. Just check out the short video just to get into the mindset of it. It's not a cheetah, Ewan. It's a leopard. Look at the way the tail curls. It's not a cheetah.
Oh, I shall leave it.
Yeah, okay.
No,
you can say if you want. Do you want to say?
No, I need to try and wash this out.
She doesn't like her pink hair.
I do like it. It's just a bit too bright, look.
Megan says it suits you.
No, I like this bit. Not this bit.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Adios.
Adios, amigo. Yeah, guys, StreamYard's coming. But listen, if you want to be on a StreamYard, if you want to be on this, you've got to come up with a question that you've never asked me before, okay? So I want a question that you've never asked me before, all right? That's what I want. That's your cue to come onto the StreamYard. So let me get back to the beginning. Imprint phase, Dr. Bruce Lipton. What we learn in the imprint phase, over 70% is sabotaging, negative, and limiting. And it could be the words we say, the emotions that we express, arguments in the household, the way we tense up, with the way we react to something. So, for example, if a dog comes, if we've got a baby that's, I don't know, a 1-year-old, and there's a dog that comes up and we do this and pull them away really, really quickly, that will create a neuro pathway in the baby's head that thing that went for them is danger, and it imprints boom in their mind, and they will be scared of dogs. They'll be scared of dogs. That I was walking down the road the other day, and there was a lovely group of people that were walking towards me. Well, I say group, there's 3 people. They all live in the same household, so it's okay. And one of them was walking towards me, and she had to walk across the road away from me. They all did, but some stayed in the path and went all the way around me, and she must have been about 22 or something. She did that because she's scared of Oswald. How can you be scared of Oswald? Excuse my colourfulness coming through, but how can you be scared of Oswald, a pug, let alone, Oswald? How can you be scared of that? Oh my gosh, it blew my mind. It didn't really. The reason is because she obviously had a deep imprint, an internal anchor of something happened when she was younger, must have been, that made her scared of dogs. And who am I to judge that? Who am I to say, oh my God, you're scared of dogs? What's wrong with you, wimp? Ugh. You know? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't judge people on their fears. Help them overcome them. Because, as we all know, fear is false evidence appearing real. Because clearly Oswald's not, and I know this for a fact, Oswald's just not going to harm or bite or anything. Even if he tried to, which he wouldn't do, his face is too flat to do anything. But then again, who am I to judge? So, imprint phase, that's what we learn. Everything we learn, what our brainwave is going through, our brain is going through like what theta brainwaves. In fact, I think it's 6 months. I think it's 6 or 5 months where a child doesn't see colour until after them. And they're just taking everything and all the information, all they're interested in is food and excreting and things like that. But with regard to when they get it, as they grow in, all the way up to the age of roughly around about 8 or 7, they go through theta brainwaves. And what happens here is our brain is more open and sponge-like, so all the information absorbs more. And after that, it goes into more delta, which is more like doors, lots of this, which is a lot harder for us to learn as we grow a bit more older. So that is the imprint phase. Dr. Bruce Lipton, check him out. He is a very cool dude. Got a lot of time for Dr. Bruce Lipton. So ensure when we with our kids, I always say the most important lesson to teach your kids is self-belief. I really do. But you can't teach that. You can't say, oh look, here you go. Here's a book on self-belief. Here you go. Enjoy that. There's your book on self-belief. Now go and do it. That will only take them so far. If they've had years of watching, absorbing you as a parent beat yourself up, that's what they see. They think that's the right thing to do because they're learning not to run across the road, learning not to spit, learning not to hit, learning to speak, learning colours, learning all these things that they think they need to do to survive. Obviously, running across the road is very, very important. But like even now, nowadays, what's happening now? No one's born racist at all. Nobody is born racist. They have that subjected onto them as they're growing up. And it's a huge shame. It's a huge shame. So children are molded to hate. They are. Children are molded to hate. Children also molded to love. Depends on the perspective of the person raising them. Okay? So here's what if you haven't been yourself, guess what? You're a human. Congratulations. Points to you. 10 points to Gryffindor. That's okay. Just make up for it now. Just make up for it. And if you see your child beating themselves up and putting themselves down, you say calmly, hey, come on, when you said that, what does that mean? Well, I said that I'm not very good at maths. So, okay. Well, show me what you've done so far. Well, I've done this, and that's brilliant. I know I did maths at school, but for the life of me, and I'm not just saying this, I can't remember. So what you've done so far is amazing. That's so good. Use your self-belief, because you need to have self-belief to do these problems. Use them now to get through this. It's a bit like a video game, isn't it? It's a bit like a video game. You're going to get stuck on a certain level. You're going to get stuck with a certain project at work. You're going to be stuck on a certain coursework or maths problem or something. But as we persevere, our self-belief grows. So there we go. Everybody that wants to come on, feel free. You don't have to be a child, by the way, to come on. You can be an adult. That's absolutely fine. In fact, I welcome it. It's great. I'm going to put the code in right now. So if anyone wants to come in, but if you come on, I need a question that you've never asked me before. Okay, a question that you've never asked me before. Yes, Ewan, it is tricky. It is tricky. Listen, if you do come up with a problem, there's always a way to get around it. There is always a way to get around it. And if you sit and say, well, I've tried everything, I'll be like, okay, cool. What have you tried? Well, I've tried a million things. Name them. Name all those million things. Well, I've tried thousands. Name them. I've tried hundreds. Name them then. Well, I've tried I've tried 4 or 5 things and they all didn't work. So you're going to judge yourself on the things that you didn't try just yet. You're going to judge yourself on the things that failed. Good. I'm glad you are failing. That's a very, very good thing. However, you've got to persevere in order to grow self-belief. And in regards to not beating yourself up, just check in with yourself, be aware. So if you are an adult and a child watching this, if you do say something like, oh, I should have done the work, I got up 5 minutes late, I got up 10 minutes late, I stayed in bed, just do that. Give yourself a break. Recognize that you are a freaking human and that's okay. And just think how you're going to do better next time, or share it with somebody. I'm a bit annoyed because I did this, and this. Okay. And then highlight one amazing thing that you did previously or yesterday. Okay. All right, then. We've got some people on. We've got Kieran. We've got Ewan. And Alex is gone. Alex was here. What's going on, team?
Hello. Hi.
What's up? You good?
Yeah, I'm great. Yep. What about you?
Good. I'm very good. Thank you very much, my good sir. Firstly, what do you think to my leopard, Ewan? My leopard top?
It's good. Also, how do you know it's a leopard?
Because of the markings. See the different markings there?
Yeah. It's a leopard, not a cheetah. Yeah. Also, if it was a cheetah, it would probably look like it was jumping like a cheetah, like running fast. Leopards leap.
Leopards do leap. I saw a picture the other day of a leopard. Leopards are very strong as well. That with a giraffe up the tree. I think it was a baby giraffe, but it managed to kill a baby giraffe and carry it up a tree.
Lol. Wow.
How crazy is that? It's so powerful. Why do leopards take them up the tree for?
It was hungry, and also the trees is where they can just hide. They're like, I'm not going to be found up here. Here.
Yeah, that's. Someone's ringing me, guys. We ran out.
Question. Better take that.
Question. You are correct. You do have a question because I said you're only allowed on if you have a question.
I don't have a question. I have something to say.
Oh, okay. So, Kieran, you popped on first. Are you okay to hang around for a second, bro?
Yeah.
Wicked. Kieran, fire.
I have a question. When you were younger, did you have anything that comforted you and made you feel like you didn't want to say anything negative to yourself? Even when you were feeling down, like you were feeling down, you wanted to say negative stuff to yourself, but you had something that made you not say the negative stuff for yourself.
Wow.
That's a good question.
Ewan, how good is that question, man?
On a scale of 1 to 10, let's just say 1,000.
Let's go with 1,000.
Or maybe 100. Did I speak too quick? Did I speak too quick?
Perfect. That's really good. So what comforted me to stop my negative self-talk or negative self-belief?
Yeah.
Cool. I love that question. Now, I wasn't prepared for this question, so I don't want to disrespect you by answering it straight away. So I'm going to think about it. Is that all right?
That is fine. If I had a question like that, I'd be like, I know straight away. But if I didn't know, if I were in this tricky situation like you, then I'd probably wait a bit as well. Like think about,
Yeah. Well,
just try and remember.
What my thought process is going now is when I was upset. And I thought, where was the most place I was most upset? And I'd probably say school. And it's a little bit tricky. So when I was in, let's get back on. Hey Zach, you alright, dude? When I was in first school, primary school, I didn't have that many friends, and I was bullied, and I did feel very alone. And I'm really trying really hard for you to think what on earth comforted me. I think it was I think it was okay. I think it was the toys I had, my micro machines. I don't know if you can know them or remember them. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so I used to play. I used to go on adventures around the house and stuff, and it just used to help me kind of like get away from that reality. Now, I don't really like to encourage children to escape their reality. I encourage children to go to a different reality, to chill and get some perspective. I didn't know that growing up because I was quite young. So I'd say it would be playing with toys, as well as that, my mum and dad. I was very close to my mum and dad, obviously. But my mum and dad were really there for me. And as I was getting older, I think coming back to when I was in obviously middle school, primary school, towards the end of primary school, more like year 5 or year 6, it was sport and it was friends. Those are the things that comforted me, sport and friends. So I was very thankful because I'll be honest with you now, Kieran, Ewan and Zach and everyone else watching this, I wouldn't say I was the most motivated kid growing up. I didn't like, there were some sports that that I wasn't fully involved in up here. I was here, like body wise, but not up here. And it was really cool that my dad encouraged me to go, like made me go. Not made me in a horrible way, but just always took me there. Always valued that in him as well. And if anything, he taught me not to quit. And my mom taught me, if you're going to go into anything, aim to win. Always aim to win. So when I was very young, very younger than you guys, I would say it was my parents and comfort in toys as I was growing up. Toys, because it used to help me go to a different reality, just escape, which I don't encourage. And then as I was growing up, it was more sport and it was friends. So Kieran, I hope that answers your question. That was a wicked question, dude. Can I ask what you do? I know I'm being very rude and copying your question, but it was so good. I really want to know what you do.
Well, I have
music. Listen.
I also listen to podcasts and music, which just kind
nice. I knew I had something to do with music.
Had to be.
Music.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks for that share, dude. So you listen to some chilling out music?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've been listening to a podcast recently. It's the celebrities reading the first Harry Potter book.
Oh, wicked!
Harry Potter.
Really good one.
That's cool. Who's reading it?
Well, the first one's read by Daniel Radcliffe, and then they go on to like other people, like people in the stage productions.
That's super cool.
And other stuff as well. Chapter 3 is Eddie Redmayne.
What's his name? Stephen. Have you heard of Stephen Fry?
Yeah, he did chapter 4. Yeah, chapter 4.
He is absolutely brilliant. I've got so much time for Stephen Fry. His eloquence in delivering it and creating an image in your head is just phenomenal. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm going to tell my brother. My brother's a huge Harry Potter fan. So next Saturday, I think we should have another Harry Potter. Oh no, it's the girls' turn to pick, isn't it? So
yeah, they get to pick.
They get to pick. That's fine. That's fine.
Just me, or is your screen froze?
Sorry, I was kicked off the PC. I was kicked off the laptop.
So
that's why you're froze.
Yeah.
By who?
He looks like he's conducting an orchestra. Look at him.
He does. He definitely does.
There
he is. There's Zach doing it as well. I was gonna ask. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Ewan had something to say, didn't he? By the way, Ewan, can I just as well say, Ewan, sometimes with brothers, you tend to fight, don't you?
Yeah.
And annoy each other, like
every second, every minute, every hour, every day.
But I would really like to point out and highlight the fact that actually Ewan congratulated Kieran on that amazing question. He was like, "Whoa, what a good question!" Sick. I love that so much, guys. That's so cool. So well done. And we know full well at some point today, probably in the next hour, again. So
it happened this morning. Already happened.
It's going to happen this afternoon as well. I'm not pointing on your heads, but it probably will. But just know that you love each other and stuff, and that's really funny. Okay, Ewan, do you have a question or something to say? I forgot.
Something to say.
Why? Told you.
So if you're a parent, you push your kids down because you care. Say you're not doing your schoolwork, they will tell you to do your schoolwork because they care. They want you to do well. They want you to succeed.
Ewan, is that pushing you down, or is it motivating you through a tough time? Would you say?
It's kind of both, because like you want to pull them down to then push them up and help them get even better.
Okay, so pushing someone down would be saying something like, "Oh God, you're so useless. Why? Just get on with your homework. You're not supposed to do that. You're so rubbish. You're so impatient. You're so stubborn. You're so demotivated." Blah blah blah. That's putting someone down.
Yeah.
Motivating them will be like, "I know you can do this. You've done this before. You've done this, this, and this. I know you're tired. This is a bit crazy, but I believe in you. Let's go for it. Let's do it." Okay.
Excellent.
But I love that. Thank you very much, buddy. All right, Zach, are you there, bro?
Yeah.
What's your question or thing to say?
I didn't have one.
Zach, what did I tell you? I said you can come on here with
Kick
it.
it off now. Kick
I
it
said
off.
I just like being on this because it's a bit easier for me to understand.
No, you win.
I hear you. Okay, cool. Right, so Zach, if you had to ask me a question, I know I'm putting you on the spot, that you've never asked me before, what might the question be?
Have you heard of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh.
First thing that came in my head.
That is a question I've never asked ever, and yes, I have. Yes, I have. I remember when I was a lot younger, I used to like Pokemon though, and it's I know it's different. It's different, isn't it?
Pokemon,
Yeah.
gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
I've got a question that I would never ask you. Do you like Fortnite?
Well, dude, I can't possibly comment because I've only played it once, and it was ages ago.
Good.
But I can imagine it was almost when I was a lot younger, I used to play a game called Halo or Doom, and
Oh, I've heard of Halo.
yeah,
I
or
haven't.
Call of Duty, and it just brought back feelings. It was very nostalgic to go back into like a shooting mode game. And I only played it once, and it was ages ago. But I've got friends, well, I say friends, that play it a lot, and they love it. But I just think I can't. It will just distract me. So I had a game on my. This is what I did. So guys, this is
Minecraft.
this is a cool lesson. If you're going to remember anything today, try and remember this. This is what was I going to say? I had a.
You were gonna say yeet.
I had a game on my phone. and it was called the Marvel Smashers. I thought it was cool. It was Marvel characters fighting against each other, and I was really, really good. And I was playing it. I realised I was actually playing it for like an hour, up to 2 hours a day, just going on and off, like and it just distracted me from my cause in this world. It completely distracted me, and I had to ask myself a question, which was, do I love playing games more, which is easy now, or would I love making an impact and speaking to millions and millions of people on stage and traveling wherever I want to in the world later on? Which would I love more? I'm like, oh, definitely this one compared to this one. This one gave me satisfaction for like that much, and it was immediate and it was quick. It was a quick fix. But this takes longer, and it's harder, and it's painful, and you need more motivation, more confidence, more resilience. But when you get there, it is absolutely phenomenal. And I've had a little taste of that, and now what I want to do is do more and more and more and more. Hence why I'm doing online programs, hence why I'm doing all of this and speaking to lots of people all over the place. So yeah, there you go, team. There you go. All right, guys and girls. There's no girls now, actually. Where are the girls at today, by the way? Are they at school?
I don't know.
They're at school. Maybe they're at school.
I know that.
Lily's at school.
Lily is at school, yeah.
Yeah.
RuneScape. Guys, you know what RuneScape is?
Nope, never heard of it. Sorry.
Nope.
Yes.
Oh, Zach has. I haven't.
Bye.
Oh, hang about. Someone's. Okay, no worries. But anyway, guys, I hope you got a lot from that. Oh, this last one, I used to get so frustrated with myself with coursework because I didn't understand it. But I realised I did know what I was doing. I was just winding myself up and getting nowhere. Exactly. Well done, Megan. That's really, really cool. So she used to get so frustrated False
No,
word.
I didn't mean to click that.
Know it, but she was winding herself up. We're not good enough when we actually are. So on that note, everybody, for myself, the leopard, I'll catch you later. Peace out.
Bye bye.
Can we see Oswald?